Well, a good Sunday morning, everyone. It's now 7:15 and we're continuing to monitor Tropical Storm Ian. I just want to say, first off, as of right now, it's still not a threat to southeast Louisiana, but it is still continuing to organize as it moves through the central Caribbean this morning. So it is packing winds of 50 miles per hour with wind gusts of 65 miles per hour, moving to the west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. So it has slowed its forward speed down just a bit because it's beginning to turn in the Caribbean. It's about 320 miles south-southeast of the Grand Cayman Islands. So here's the latest track, or the forecast tracker from the National Hurricane Center. So it's going to hold on to its tropical storm characteristics as it continues to move through the central Caribbean, eventually strengthening into a Category 1 storm as early as Monday morning, packing winds of 80 miles per hour. And it's going to continue to strengthen here. We're looking at a Category 2 storm as it stays west of the Cayman Islands, and then a major hurricane as early as Tuesday morning, packing winds of 120 miles per hour. And then potentially eclipsing western Cuba as a major hurricane heading into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico. And it's going to continue to strengthen. I mean, we're talking about winds of 130 miles per hour as it approaches the Gulf of Mexico, holding on to its major category hurricane status, and then turning somewhere along the Florida Panhandle or the west coast of Florida. I do want to note that the cone of uncertainty is rather large as we get into our Thursday early morning into our Friday morning here. So landfall, we're stretching from potentially Port Charlotte all the way through the Florida Panhandle into Mobile, Alabama. So you can see how large that cone of uncertainty is. So as we take a look at the tropical models here, and I'm going to stop it right here. Again, pretty good consensus taking it through the western Caribbean, either making landfall on the western tip of Cuba or staying just west of coastal Cuba there. But then after that, again, we're looking at a pretty good spread where the models are not in agreement as to where the center of the system will make landfall. So we'll continue to watch it here. And the steering patterns, we're going to have an upper level trough that is going to develop over the area. And that is going to push a cold front into our area as early as Monday, but it's also going to pull Ian. Now, the timing of that trough will determine when Ian will continue to turn. Again, there's still a lot of uncertainties with this forecast as to where Ian is going to make landfall. And we're dealing with a pool of hot water where it's going to go over. That's the fuel that the system will need to continue to strengthen. And remember, this has been untouched. We haven't had any systems go over the Caribbean or the Gulf of Mexico. So it's definitely going to have a lot of heat potential to play with. And as we take a look at the GFS and the Euro's in green, the GFS in red, they're in pretty good consensus too, taking it through the Caribbean and taking it near Cuba. After that, we're looking at two different scenarios as to where Ian will make landfall. So we'll continue to watch it. Again, still a lot of questions as to where it's going to go. And we're also looking at two other systems, not a threat to our area. Gaston, still a tropical storm, and then Hermine is continuing to weaken closer to the coast of Africa. And we're looking at a little spot in the central Caribbean that has a low chance of tropical development in the next several days or so. So the tropics still remaining pretty busy, but again, we do not have any tropical threats to our area, and at least for the next 4 to 5 days or so. Locally here at home, it's hot, it's humid, 73. We're going to deal with plenty of sunshine across the area today. And there's a look at your temperatures if you're heading out, not too bad if you are heading out this morning. But today we are going to be near record heat. My forecast high 93, wall-to-wall sunshine. No rain in the forecast. Again, the record set back in 2016. Of 94 degrees. So the heat indices, it's going to feel like the triple digits or near that through the afternoon. So just make sure you are staying hydrated and don't forget the sunscreen. So here's a look at your 7-day near record heat today, 93. Cold front moves through tomorrow. Won't feel the effects tomorrow. Probably a break in the humidity slightly, but still 91. And then we're looking at that beautiful fall weather for the rest of the work week.